They are another very good example of accessory equipment. Sorry, another very good example of installations. Now, another category of industrial good is accessory equipment. When we say accessory, they are the kind of goods, they are the kind of accessory goods equipment, they are the kind of goods that you cannot use them without the other. Like table and chair. It's a very good example of accessory equipment. What facilitates the work? What facilitates the work is a very good example of an accessory equipment. Like table and chair. Like forklift. Like forklift is another very good example. Accessory equipment. So if you're to look at what we're saying here, accessory equipment at times they tend to be less expensive and they have shorter life than installation. This consists of portable factory equipment and tools, e.g. hand tools, lift trucks, as well as other office equipment such as calculators, that is to the accountants, the clock, the computers. They complement the work. If you cannot get this, you can't work with it without the other. Like plate and spoon is equally another example. But the most visible ones are tables and chairs. You can't work with the chair alone. In the office without the table, you can't work with the table alone without the chair. So these are equally categories of industrial product. Then supplies and business services. This is a short lasting goods and services that are equivalent to convenience goods in the industrial field, but they are usually purchased with a minimum effort. So effort on a state rebuy basis, they are normally marketed through intermediaries because of their low unit value and the great number and geographical dispersion of customers. So this includes operating supplies such as lubricant, the coal, the writing papers, panels, stationaries, and so many others like that. Then maintenance and repair items that are equally part of operating supplies and business services. So with what we have done under these categories of industrial product today, I believe that learners should be able to, if they are to involve themselves in marketing practice, in marketing activities of any kind, be it marketing activity that is related to convenience items, or marketing activity that is related to shopping goods, or marketing activities related to specialty goods as well as unsold goods, you should be able to devise the right strategy on how you can penetrate into the marketing environment in an effective as well as efficient manner. That is, in other words, in a strategic manner. Why? Because marketing is generally strategic in nature, and it is when you have the best strategy that you can succeed as a marketer. So let's move on into the other element of the marketing mix, which is pricing. Remember, we are still on a topic called marketing mix. Those marketing mix elements which the marketing manager can manipulate to satisfy the need of his customers, which are being simplified into what we call the purpose of marketing: product, price, place, and promotion, which we also refer to as the controllable variables. And we went further to explain why they are being called controllable variables. We said they are called controllable variables because they are the variables within the marketing manager's possession who has the power to manipulate with a view to satisfy the need of customers. So now we were able to understand how the product can be manipulated. We are able to understand how the promotional aspect can equally be manipulated. Now we want to understand the pricing aspect. No, we didn't dwell on promotional aspect. I think we are on the third element after the product. Sorry, on the second element after the product. So now we want to understand the pricing element, the pricing aspect. Why? Because marketing revolves around strategy planning. You can strategize with the product, you can strategize with its pricing dimension, or you strategize with its promotion, or you strategize with its distribution. Here we are to consider what? Pricing objectives as part of the strategy. Why are we interested in understanding pricing objectives? Well, pricing objectives of most marketing companies are the same. Pricing objectives of any marketing company anywhere in the world, not only in Nigeria, are the same. You may be pricing to achieve some level of stability, or you may be pricing to ensure returns on investment, or you may be pricing to maximize profit, or you may be pricing to maintain or improve on your market share, or you may be pricing to prevent competition. These are the 5 pricing objectives of marketing companies. anywhere in the world. The moment you call yourself a marketing company, you may be pricing with a view to achieve these objectives. Pricing to ensure returns on investment, pricing to ensure stability with the system, pricing to maintain or improve on your market share, pricing to prevent competition, and pricing to maximize the profit. So there are several problems that are commonly encountered which conspire to prevent the objectives of pricing being achieved. This include a given price, while acceptable in one sector of the market, may be too high or too low. As I explained to you earlier on, pricing of new product tend to present peculiar problems to marketers. Why? Because you don't know whether the pricing dimension you're going to apply will be acceptable or rejected in the marketplace. Why? Because if you price high, it may be rejected. And if you price low, you may incur some losses. You may end up not achieving your pricing objectives. And that is it, you're likely going to what? You're likely going to lose within the marketing environment. So what do? The strategy says apply and appropriate. And as you want to apply and appropriate, you have to be very, very careful to make sure that it is the kind of pricing dimension that will be acceptable in the marketplace. So if you want to initiate some price increases, you must initiate price increases by using the correct timing. If you want to initiate price decreases, you've been advised to initiate price decreases using the correct timing. And if it is a new product that you want to apply a new price to it, you've been advised to use the right pricing policy. Why? Because we have two policies of pricing new product. That is what we call the skimming pricing policy as well as the penetration pricing policy. As I explained to you during the previous lecture session, the skimming pricing policy consists of launching of a product at a price higher than the pricing dimension of competitors' product, while the penetration pricing policy consists of launching of a product at a price lower than the pricing dimension of competitors' product. So whenever you want to launch your product at a skimming level, there are some conditions that may warrant launching at the skimming. That's why we say you understand those conditions. When you understand those conditions, then you come up with the appropriate strategy. For instance, to launch at the skimming level, the market must be large in size. Sorry, the market must be small in size, and it must be associated with very, very intense competition. It must be associated with very, very intense competition, and the market must be price insensitive. These are the conditions that may warrant launching at a skimming level. Then launching at a penetration level, the market must be large in size, and the nature of the customers must be insensitive, while the nature of the competition must not necessarily be imminent. When competition is not imminent, so you can be able to launch at a penetration level. When competition is not imminent, and when customers are not price sensitive, and again when the market is large in size. Unlike the skimming policy, that you can only launch at a skimming level when the market is price insensitive, and again when there is imminent competition in the market. When there is strong potential for competition in the market, that is when you can launch at a skimming level. So this is the situation under pricing. But you should know that pricing of new product always tend to present peculiar problems to marketers. Why? Because you don't know whether the pricing dimension you're going to adopt will be acceptable or rejected in the marketplace. Why? Because of its peculiarities. Then the next one is the other third element of the marketing mix, which is place. As I explained to you earlier on, when you hear place, it is same as location. When you produce the product, you must take it to the marketplace. And that marketplace, the process of such movement to a particular location is what we refer to as distribution in marketing. As you can see, distribution simply has to do with movement of goods and services from the point of the production line to the point of use, using several modes, using several channels. Yes, it could be several modes of distribution, such as the air means, the sea means, the rail means, the road means, as well as so many others. Or it could be the channel, when we say the channel of distribution, the path through which you make the product available from the point of the production line to the point of use. And if you are to look at channel, at times you pass through chains of marketing intermediaries. If you choose to practice what we call indirect channel of distribution. Indirect channel of distribution simply means making the product or services available without the use of chains of marketing intermediaries. You don't involve marketing intermediaries in the process. That is Indirect. As you're producing, you are taking the product to end users through chains of marketing intermediaries, such as the wholesalers, such as the retailers, the agent. You are practicing what we call indirect distribution in marketing. Indirect, where you involve chains of marketing intermediaries, the wholesalers, the retailers, the agent, down to end users. Or you may decide to practice indirect channel of distribution, whereby you don't involve chains of marketing intermediaries. As you're producing from the factory, you take it to the end user straight without involving marketing intermediaries, without involving wholesalers, retailers, agents. You're just taking it straight. And at times, in a bid to enhance the distribution system, you make combination of the entire system with a bid to enhance it, with a bid to make it more effective, so that you can be able to deliver to the right customers at the right time and at the right place. So you see marketers practicing both direct and indirect channel of distribution. At times, they take it directly to end users. At times, they make use of marketing intermediaries in a bid to serve the customer, in a bid to provide comfort as well as possession utilities to customers. So, as I told you, the distribution is simply movement of product from the point of the production line to the point of consumption. It can simply be defined as the transfer of goods from producers to consumers. It involves physical activities such as use of middlemen, transportation, storing of goods, as well as orders to provide target customers with time, place, as well as possession utilities. I think I've explained this earlier on. So we have two different aspects in distribution. That is what we call physical distribution, and that is what we call institutional distribution. Under physical distribution is simply, it deals with the physical transportation or movement of goods and services from the point of the production line to the point of use. While institutional distribution deals with the enterprises as well as individuals, such as wholesalers, retailers, agents, supermarket, as well as larger supermarket stores. So we have what you call major activities in distribution, in physical distribution. There are some activities marketers are to be involved on in physical distribution, physical movement of goods and services from the point of the production line to the point of use. What are those major activities? Remember, there may be so many activities, but for the purpose of this class learners, we want to understand those major activities involved. And as you can see, the major decision issues involved in physical distribution activities include inventory control, materials handling, warehousing, order processing, transportation, as well as storage function. These are the major activities involved in physical distribution, in physical movement of goods and services from the point of the production line to the point of use. When we say inventory, at times you take inventories in marketing, you take production schedule in marketing. From time to time, you may be involved in materials handling, such as that of loading, unloading, use of trucks, conveyors, containers, packaging, as well as leveling. Why? Because when we say materials handling, movement of goods and services from the point of the production line to the point of use, you have to come up with some good measures, some safe measures, so that you can be able to deliver to the right customers and to the right customers at the right time and at the right place without incurring some wastages. How you move, how you handle delicate materials, how you handle fragile materials. You must be very, very careful. That's why you see some marketers going into containerization. They use containers, whether metal containers, wooden containers, all in a bit to ensure that, yes, the goods are being moved in good condition. They are delivered in good condition. Learners, are you understanding? So if you are to look at it, you equally look at issues of order processing. At times you treat orders in your distribution activities. You maintain the order level. You maintain economic order quantity. There is a particular level that you exhausted, you must place another order. But it is expected that you come up with a strategy of satisfying such orders at the right time. Why? Because if you don't make it available at the right time, other competitors should be able to make it available at the right time. And that will afford them with the opportunity of gaining competitive advantage over your own organization. That's why treating orders is part of the strategy under major distribution activities. Even what? Transportation. Movement of goods and services from one location to the other. The mode of the transportation, that has to be what? Effective. And no matter the transportation channel, you have been advised to make use of the most effective. What is the most effective? It must be the kind of transportation mode that will help you to deliver to the right customers at the right time and at the right place. Why? Because it is the key to the strategy. Delivering to the right customers at the right time and the right place is the key to the strategy in distribution. Why? Because if you don't deliver at the right time, others should be able to deliver at the right time. Then again, storage function. You cannot produce your good and leave it in an open place. You have to provide storage facilities. That's why we said you try to go into the ownership of warehousing facilities. You provide warehousing facilities so that you can always store your good, to make sure that your good are always stored in good condition, to avoid wastages, to avoid spoilages. Learners, are you understanding? So this is all about the distribution, major distribution activities. Now, the channel of distribution, which I started explaining earlier on. We want to understand channels of distribution in marketing. And as you can see, distribution channel are the means employed by manufacturers as well as sellers to get their product to the marketplace and into the hands of users. And this channel could be manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer, agent, down to consumers. What we are saying, at times, some marketers tend to skip these channels. At times, you see manufacturer taking the product straight to the consumer. That's what we call the what? That's what we call the direct channel of distribution. Then at times, they pass through the indirect channel using manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer, agent, then down to consumer. That is what? That is the indirect channel. But no matter the channel, you must use the combination of those institutions which direct the company's product to consumers. And channels are management tools used to move goods from production to the consumption, by which the title of good is transferred from seller to buyer. So in essence, therefore, channels are tools hired to do the job of getting good from factory or place of production into the hands of the ultimate user. So there is a variety of intermediaries that may get involved. So for further read, you can go to the study materials, read about retailers, read about wholesalers, read about distributors and dealers, franchises, agents, and you are to read with a view to understanding the right marketing tax. What is the role of the wholesaler within the marketing process? What is the role of the retailer within the marketing process? What is the role of distributors and dealers within the marketing process? On and on and on. So if you can do that, it's equally going to help you a lot. Then the functions of distribution channel, as you can see, when you have a channel, it is expected that the channel should provide some particular functions to marketers. At times, they will help you to pass information. You can use the channel to pass information about the company's product. At times, the channel can help you to promote, to communicate information about the product or the services. At times, they will help you in contact, in finding and communicating with prospective buyers. And again, they will help you in performing the function of matching. That is to say, adjusting the offer to fit a buyer's need, including grading. So if you look at distribution channel, they tend to be helping marketers a lot in so many perspectives. Equally in the area of negotiation, in the area of physical distribution, in the area of financing, as well as risk taking. So this equally for further read. I enjoy readers, I enjoy learners to consult the study material so that they can be able to learn more on those functions of the distribution channel. Then we are now moving into the last element of the marketing mix for this studies, for this lecture session for the day, which is promotion. Remember, we have done a lot on the first element, which is the product. We have equally done a lot on the second element, the price, and the third element, which is place, distribution. So having concluded these three, we are now moving into the last for the day, which is promotion in marketing. And when we say promotion, whenever you're launching a new product, the assumption is that so many people may not be aware of its existence. What do? You have to create awareness about it. How do you create awareness about it? You create awareness about it through promotion. So promotion is very, very important in marketing. When you produce the product, there is the need to create awareness about it. And it is expected that through promotion, you can be able to create that awareness. That is why the promotion has been defined as simply any effort whose function is to inform or persuade customers about the existence of a product or services with a view to induce them either to start or continue buying the product or the services. And again, as you can see from this slide, promotion, as we highlighted, is one of the basic elements of the marketing mix. When product is launched newly, as I've explained, into the market, aggressive promotional effort has to be embarked upon to create the needed awareness in potential customers. In this lecture, we shall attempt to evaluate the objectives of promotion, need for promotion, promotional mix element, as well as the factors influencing promotional activities. So let's start with the objectives of promotion in marketing. Why, for anything we are going to do, we have to establish the objective which we intend to achieve. Anything you're going to do as a marketer, you must establish the objective which you intend to achieve. For instance, in promotion, you have resolved to go promoting. What do you intend to achieve? That's why we say you set out the what? The objectives. So as you can see on this slide, the objective of promotion is as follows. Number one, it helps in behavior modification. Number two, it helps in the information process. And it helps in persuasion as well as reminder. Objective of promotion tend to vary from organization to organization. Why? Because some organizations may be promoting their product or services for the purpose of behavior modification. Are you conducting the promotional campaigns with a view to modify the behavior of the buyers? Or you're going into the promotion with a view to inform? Or you're going into promotional activities with a view to persuade? Or you're going into the promotional activity with a view to remind? Why? Because in promotion, we conduct reminder promotion. And the essence of reminder promotion is just to serve as memory jogger so that it can reawaken all the potential buyers. It is just to serve as a memory jogger to reawaken the potential buyers. So whenever you want to promote your product or your services, the first thing you are expected to do, you establish the objective which you intend to achieve with your promotion. Is it that of behavior modification? Or you're promoting to inform? If the promotion is informational in nature, you know the right channel to use. You know the right advertising message to use. Or you know the right promotional mix element to adopt. Or you're just promoting with a view to persuade customers. Why? Because ordinarily, consumers, if they are to be left alone, they will never buy. They tend to be portraying buying inertia. Due to this, they are buying resistance. You're coming up with the kind of strategy that you persuade them into buying. Is it what you're trying to achieve? Or this is just a reminder promotion. You're already at your peak. You're enjoying monopoly of the marketing environment. You're already a leader within the industry. You need not to promote your good. People may be willing to buy from you even without promotional campaigns. But because you want to remain at your peak, at times you conduct reminder promotion. Just to what? Just to keep the brand name at the back of their mind so that it will continue to serve as a memory jogger. For instance, you see some conglomerates only advertising their addresses. We still remain at number 55, Aso Drive, Abuja. Why are they coming up? It is just a reminder advert. They are reminding you not because they are not enjoying good patronage from you, but they just want to keep the brand name in mind so that it continue to serve as a memory jogger to awaken all of you. Learners, are you understanding? So, as I told you, the objectives tend to vary from organization to organization. Then why do we need promotion as marketers? This may be an exam question I may ask you during the examination. Why do we need promotion as marketers? We need promotion for several reasons. These are the reasons. Number one reason is because of the distance between producers and consumers. The distance between we, the manufacturers, and you, the consumers. So I want to bridge the gap. So when I'm promoting, I'm likely going to carry the message. In spite of what? In spite of the distance to a very large number of people. Possibly the kind of number that may not reach out to them. So another reason why we need promotion is because of the number of potential consumers that is growing daily. Consumers, the number is increasing daily. You may meet the kind of consumer that is aware about your product or your services today. By tomorrow, you meet another new one that is not aware of the product. So for this reason, you continue to be promoted. Why? Because you want to keep them adequately informed. Then again, mobility of consumers from place to place. People are highly mobile. Consumers are highly mobile. You are here in Abuja with your commitment. As you're here today, you may be moving to Lagos. From Lagos, you may even fly abroad. This is the more reason why we say marketers will advertise. Wherever you're going to be, you're likely going to be located. You can get the advertising messages. You can get the promotional campaign, irrespective of your mobility. So this is the more reason why marketers, we needed lot of what? Lot of promotional activities. Again, we needed promotion because of the communication network between manufacturer, the marketing intermediary, as well as potential customers. At times we communicate to this set of customers. It's either you're communicating the marketing objectives to your marketing intermediaries, or you're communicating your marketing objectives to your potential customers. If you are to promote, it is going to help you to achieve that. So again, we needed promotion because of the intense competition among firms and within industries. Intense. If we are to look at marketing environment, it is associated with very, very intense competition. For instance, the banking industry, the GSM industry, a lot of intense competition associated with it. And you see the aggressive promotional campaigns going on within these industries, particularly the GSM industry. A lot of promotional wars going on. So if you were to look at it, we needed a lot of promotion. Why? Because we want to communicate the message. We want to influence. We want to inform. We want to persuade. And the best way to do it, it is when you promote that you can be able to achieve that. And again, because of the competition between individual firms as well as within industry, which are equally complex. Again, we needed promotion because of the abundant want satisfactions. Customers are becoming more selective these days in their buying choices. Look at what the advent of technology is doing. Technology is changing our thinking. Technology is changing the mode of buying. Technology is changing even our level of satisfaction. So if you were to look at it generally, the abundant want satisfaction is changing consumers, is making consumers to becoming more selective in their buying behaviors. So due to this changing nature of consumers, you needed a lot of promotional activities to communicate the benefit, to communicate to them, to communicate the information in a manner that you're helping them into buying, so that you can help them to tap maximum benefit. So if you are to look at it generally, we need a promotion, not because of the abundant want satisfaction. Why? Because in the period of shortages, it is likely going to help us a lot. Why? Because advertising can stress product conservation as well as efficient uses of the product. And again, promotional activities can be used to aid consumers in making do and incidentally help build the company image.